Well, this bow looks dope, right? Big chunk of amazing bow. Well, you would be surprised that it is made by Rattan and it's super lightweight. This bow is made by Luk Bow, maybe you know him from Instagram, and if you don't, definitely give him a follow and we will see every single detail of this bow and let's test it hard. String length 118 centimeters. Draw weight is 43 pounds. Draw length is advised 30 and maximum is 31 inches. Brace height is 18.5 centimeters and the weight of this bow is 430 grams. Honestly, this bow is very different from nowadays popular materials. This rattan bow is not absolutely the same or even close to what we know as fiberglass bows or laminated bows. There is everything different with this bow and mostly it is the draw experience. Normally, laminated and fiberglass bows are pretty much the same when you draw them. This bow feels very different. When you draw it, it at first is super hard and then it gets a little easier. And I must say, I love how this bow looks like. It's rugged, it's solid, and you feel from the very first moment that you have real proper weapon in your hands. I thought that if the draw experience is so different, that also the release will be very different. Well, I was surprised that there is no hand shock and it's very comfortable to shoot this bow. But there is one glitch. The glitch is that the arrow pass is pretty thick. I'm used to use bows that are much narrower than this one and well, it's pretty hard to aim with this one. To hit the target exactly where I aimed, it took me very long time. Also, the speed of the arrow is not that huge. I thought that if the bow is like 33 pounds and it's that hard to draw it, so it will reward me with much faster arrows, and it does not. And I discussed it with Luk and he told me that it's because the material is made like that and it's much more close to primitive bows and how they were made like thousands of years ago. It's not that rewarding. He works on it, so he probably will use some horn or something. Aiming test. You will see that I missed the target twice. And then I hit pretty like okay grouping, but not at the target. That's because the arrow pass of this bow is pretty thick. I'm used to use much narrower, much subtle bows that are much easier to aim. With this bow, I felt I needed to aim like much more to the left, so I was able to hit the target. So, give yourself time to practice aiming with this bow because it's so different from the other bows. Walking and shooting test. Well, this bow is a little harder to aim when I walked. You see that the results are not super amazing, super best, and because the draw is a little harder, so it's not that easy like for example with fiberglass or laminated bows that are so super smooth and you can really focus on every single detail. With this bow you need to focus very much on what you do and you need to do it correctly, because if your arrow hand elbow is a little downwards, you will not have enough power to draw this bow and to aim properly. So you need to focus very much on how you handle the bow. Running and a jumping test. Well, walking was not easy, so I thought that running and jumping will be super hard, but it was completely different. And I'm confused by this bow because running was pretty good. Jumping was even better because I hit twice right in the middle of a target and I have no idea how I did it. It just happened and well, okay. This bow is probably, which is funny, better in movement than in stationary shooting. Look, what you made. Is this like Jedi bow or something? And here comes the running archery test, so enjoy the sequence. Well, actually, honestly, with this bow is everything a little harder. You know, you need to really focus on knocking, you need to focus on the draw, you need to focus on the proper technique, that you do all the things right, you need to focus on aiming much better and all the stuff. You need to be super focused to use this bow. You really need to focus yourself. You need to be in touch with the bow, with the arrow. You need to be in unity with the target, and then you can perform pretty good shots. I like how the bow is made. You know, all the paintings here are made by Luk personally. I love it. And all the stars or maybe sun signs, even on the grip, is very good. The grip is very comfortable, optimized for my big fingers and big hands. I can only hold up to 6 arrows in my hand with this bow because the grip is really big. So if you have smaller hands, it will be harder to hold arrows in your bow hand. But if you shoot from a quiver, you don't mind. And what is the price of this bow? Without markings, without nothing, it's about 200 euros. And with all the markings and all the beautiful stuff, it's about 300 euros. And you can order them directly at luk.bow on Instagram, at his account. He's super friendly, super communicative, so you can expect amazing customer experience. So definitely visit Luk's Instagram. He's amazing. Watch his job, his work. You will be pleased, you will like it so much. So hit the like button so my channel can grow. Thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button so we stay in touch, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Until then, keep on running.